I have some exciting news for you. We are officially announcing the Scaredy Cat Readathon 2021. I am so excited to finally get to share this with you. We have been working on this literally since July, okay? Spooky season for me starts in July. So we're very excited to finally get to share this readathon with you. I'm hosting this along with Nikki from Nikkiloreads and Shelby from Graced with Books. So I will link their announcement videos down below as well. But basically, the idea for this readathon is, I know I, for one, love Halloween. Like, honestly, one of my favorite times of the whole year, but I scare super easily. And so I always want to participate in these like Halloween events and Halloween readathons, but it's like they usually tend to favor more of like legitimately scary things like horror and thrillers, which is just not my cup of tea. So we put together a readathon for anyone out there who loves spooky season but doesn't want it to actually be too spooky. We're gonna be hosting the Scaredy Cat Readathon all throughout the month of October. So from October 1st to the 31st. However, I will say, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know I am kind of a slow reader. This is not something I'm ashamed of, it is just a fact. And so I, for one, am going to try to do something crazy, and I'm gonna try to black out the board for this readathon, but in order for that to happen, I'm gonna need a head start. So if you're like me and it takes you a little bit longer to get through your books, or if you just like to savor them, or if you're gonna be busy during the month of October, like whatever it is, if you also want to get a head start, I am giving the executive decision that that is okay. You can go ahead and start now. The format for this readathon is a choose your own adventure style Halloween spectacular. So the wonderful Nikki has put together an entire map full of prompts. And so the way this is gonna work is you get to choose which path you want to take, and depending on which path you go down, that takes you to a different spooky destination. So I'm gonna go through all of the different prompts on the map and explain what they mean, starting with the pumpkin patch path. So this is the one on the far left side of the map. The first prompt on this path is Sweet Treat, which is to read a book with a romance that is as sweet as candy. So for this one, you have options. You could go with like a legit, really fluffy rom-com. You could go for an epic fantasy with like some romance thrown in there, or you could go for a historical romance, like whatever you want to do. Just anything that is like really sweet and just like strong couple goals vibes. The second prompt on this pathway is Happily Ever After. So that is to read a book that is either a fairy tale retelling or just a book with like really strong fairy tale vibes. And actually, our group book is perfect for this prompt. So Shelby actually had a genius idea for our group book pick, and that is The School for Good and Evil by Saman Chainani. This book is perfect for this prompt because it is all about fairy tales and magical vibes, and it's got like a little bit of spookiness with the evil school, but it's not like actually scary. It's a middle grade, and I think it's gonna be really fun for us all to read together. I've never read it before, so I'm really excited about that one. But if you don't want to read that book, you totally don't have to. You're more than welcome to pick whatever book you want to for this prompt. We just wanted to try to pick a group book that at least fit one of the prompts. And then if you get through both of those prompts, that will put you in the pumpkin patch. Next up, we have the graveyard path. So for that one, the first prompt is in honor of the man who I consider to be the absolute king of Halloween, Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. So for this prompt, we want you to read a book starting with either a P, an O, or an E. Next up, we have Creepy Crawlies. For this prompt, we want you to read a book involving bugs. So you could go for really ugly, creepy bugs like centipedes or spiders, or you could go for pretty ones like butterflies. And then once you get through both of those prompts, that will land you in the graveyard. As you can see, there is also a shortcut. So say you want to visit all the destinations on the map, but you don't actually have time to get through every single prompt on the board. There are shortcuts between each destination. And so From the pumpkin patch to the graveyard. Actually, it is not a book prompt, it is a movie night. So basically just watch any movie that puts you in the spooky mood. And then finally, our last path is the Haunted Mansion path. So this one also starts with the Poe prompt. So from there you can either go towards the graveyard or towards the haunted house. But if you go towards the haunted house, then the next prompt is Eat Your Brains. So this is to read any book with a brainy main character. See what we did there? Cause like zombies eat brains. Okay, anyway, all three of us are either in school or recently graduated. So we're all just a little bit nerdy and we love to see fellow nerds represented in the books that we read. So that is what this prompt is for. And finally, to get to the Haunted Mansion, we have the Haunted Mansion prompt. And for that one, we want you to read a book set in a haunted location. So that could be like a literal haunted house, or it could be something like an enchanted forest or a haunted shipwreck. Honestly, anywhere that is like the home of a magical creature is what I would consider to be a haunted location. So that's the definition that I'm going to be using when I'm making my TBR. And then the shortcut from the graveyard to the Haunted Mansion is the Casper prompt. So for this one, pretty straightforward. We want you to read a book featuring a friendly ghost. I guess technically it doesn't have to be friendly. Like if you really want to read a book about a scary ghost, go for it. But I personally will definitely be going more of the friendly route. So those are all of the prompts on the board. Again, feel free to just pick one path or to black out the entire board, or if you just have certain prompts you would rather read, you can pick and choose at random, whatever you want to do. This is not a competitive readathon, so we're not going to be going for points or anything like that. This is just for fun, but we wanted to make it as interactive as possible with the different paths and destinations, so have fun with it. We do have a Discord. It is up, it is live. You can go join it right now. I will have the link in my description box. We are planning on doing reading sprints for this readathon, possibly doing some movie nights as well. So we will post all of the details and make any announcements for things like that in the Discord. So definitely go and check that out. That is all from me for now. Again, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get to know some of you through this readathon. I'm just so excited. It's like finally real. We will all be posting on social media as well, so please share that to your stories so that other people can find out about the readathon and join in the fun as well. In my next video, I will be posting my TBR for the Scaredy Cat Readathon, so stay tuned for that. As always, let me know if there's any way I can be encouraging you or praying for you this week. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye!